it's Wendy, aka Kitty Street. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Vlogmas day 18. So if you've been hanging out with me for 18 days or 17 days, now 18, kudos to you because I have been having a blast. I'm not even going to kid you. So many things have happened in the month of December, but honestly, I think I've had one of the happiest Decembers I've had in a long time. Even with all the chaos that keeps trying to come at me, I'm still loving the season, the reason for the season, and it's a lot to do that I'm on this YouTube talking to wonderful people like you. You are my friends, and I don't mind sharing things that are happening. So if you caught a couple of videos, a couple of Vlogmases back, I don't know what day it was, I was a little, taken back because I had this second tree, which by the way, I will be putting a video with all the decor of this second tree that I got gifted to me. It didn't have a tree stand and I had to finagle with that. But there was something else that happened and I wasn't going to talk about it, but then I decided yesterday in my Vlogmas to go ahead and do it because now I can laugh about it. Guys, it has something to do with this right here. So stay tuned for a little storytelling at the tail end of this video, of this Vlogmas. And, we need to get into why we're actually doing a Vlogmas. And if you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about and you hadn't, you're lost me when I picked up the plant, I have been doing for 17 days a homemade advent calendar, and I call it my Teemu surprise advent calendar. And what I did, I went and ordered some things off Teemu, some little trinkets and things, and got my mom to fill these drawers. So I know what I ordered, but I didn't know when I was going to get them and on what day. So today we are on day 18. And guys, I just did this whole video and I said Vlogmas day 17. So really, when you do a video every single day, you have to be real, you have to plan. And I'm starting to get to that point because I want to, try to do them on the day of the actual day. And I'm like, what day are we on? But we are on day 18. So we're going to open up drawer 18. And if you, like I said, haven't caught the rest of the Vlogmases, look at the playlist. Most of them are in there. I got to go and work on putting all the rest of them in there. But yeah, I've done 17 different little drawers and had some wonderful surprises. And so today we're going to open up drawer 18. And then I'm going to talk about story time a little bit and tell you a real funny story. And hopefully it's as funny to you as it is to me now, but it wasn't funny to me a few weeks back or maybe even a week ago. Yeah, we're going to have that. And then I will definitely put in some footage of hopefully the rest of my decorations. If you don't see the final tree that I just did, my second one, and then all the stuff I do in the kitchen area, you'll see it in the one tomorrow because I don't want to make this like super, super duper long. But yeah, so this is day 18. Ooh, we're going to see if I can pull this out. I have to set her down because she is heavy and try to finagle with a drawer. How is everybody? I hope that you're doing well. I hope you've been enjoying this Teemu surprise every single day. A lot of it has been jewelry, but I love it. And I can honestly say, and I mean, I'm looking for the day that I get something and I'm going to be like, I don't like that. Or maybe that's not my cup of tea. It hasn't happened yet. And guys, I am going to be drinking. And look at this stinking cup that I got from Zaxby's. I mean, it is like wonderful. I've been reusing it and I have so many cups that I've gotten from everywhere, and I was going to use a Teemu cup, but I just love this one. But I've been talking a lot and I don't know if it's just me starting with my allergies this time of the year. I want to stay hydrated. So yeah, I got some juice in there and I'm going to be trying to keep myself together because I'm going to be 100% going into the new year. Well, right off the bat, it looks like there may be two surprises in one. We shall see. I got duped the other day, so I don't want to get duped again. So let's start off. Let me pull out one thing. And yes, there is something in it. It looks like it's in a bag, but until I get there, we'll just say it's one thing. So this is Vlogmas day 18. And we are going to see what I got. Oh yes, thank goodness. I was hoping that I got this before too long because I wanted to wear it. Now I did purchase several Christmas earrings, and when I went to go check out on the order that I did for this Teemu advent calendar, they were all sold out. I could not even believe it. So I think I only wound up getting 2 or 3, but this is one of them. And these are one of my favorites. It's not my favorite Christmas movie, but it's one of my favorite. And let me pull it up here and let you see if you can guess what it is. And I know you guys can guess what it is. So you got the little face with the little glasses, and you see the glass right there is kind of cracked. And then you have this one that says, let me do it like this. Oh fudge. Oh fudge. I don't know if that's even showing up, but it says oh fudge. And you know, this is from The Christmas Story, which is probably in my top 5 favorite movies. I love when they do the marathon, because sometimes on Christmas Day when I'm talking to people and have people over, we just do the whole marathon and we catch different pieces of it. It is one of those iconic Christmas movies that they try to do remakes. They try to do different things like it. I don't think they'll ever be able to beat that little story. And guys, when you watch it and you really pay attention to it, it's kind of corny and cheesy, but it's awesome. So yeah, I'm not going to put these on, but let me tell you, and I just tell you the detail on them is awesome, but let me tell you the price of it before I move on to hopefully a second surprise. Guys, these were 98 cents. 98 cents. And I can't wait to wear them. I'm actually going to try to wear them this week because, guys, I want to wear them before Christmas is over. So you'll be seeing those very soon, hopefully on some future videos. I hope. Okay, let's see if there is a second surprise. And it does look like it. And I already kind of think I know what it is. And it is. Now, I'm surprised they're that tiny. I thought they were going to be a lot bigger. And they're rose gold. You kind of see that right there. And I know where I'm sitting at. I just wanted to do this on the fly, and I wanted to get the tree in the background, and I wanted to be able to talk about this beautiful little thing right here. Yes, this is something I've been wanting, and I wanted to order it, and I thought they would be a little bit bigger, but guys, all they are individual keys, and I am going to open them up, and the best thing about this is I got it on a lightning deal, 89 cents. 89 cents. Now, they came in the golden color, they came in black, they came in silvery, and they came in this rose gold. And I like to do crafts and stuff, and I like, I keep hearing about the junk journals. I have never done a junk journal. I'm not going to do every single key for time purposes, but of course the prettiest one is the biggest one in here. I'm gonna pull that one out and show you. I may do some junk journaling and use some of these things or not, but I love vintage kind of keys like this. I mean, I'm hoping it's showing up. And I will put the link in, and you can kind of see what it is. But it's just, got the little ornate, the little details. And it's just keys. And they come in all different sizes. I mean, you got little baby ones like this. I don't know if you can see that. And I know this is just an odd kind of... It makes me happy. I just have always loved keys. And it has to be like, vintage keys. Because when I was younger, I always wanted to unlock my imagination. And I wanted to, I always thought, the key to a different dream. This one's got like a rose on it. It's real pretty. And then there's some tinier ones. This one has some hearts on it. I don't know how many are in there. Let's just count them. There's a really, really baby one right there. I mean, that's like, you probably could even put that, like on an earring or something. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Lucky 13. And this one's just a real plain one. Look how tiny that one is. 13 keys, all in the rose gold. And I wanted them. And I just thought that would be something that I could fill up. And I did think they were going to be bigger, a little bit bigger. But I knew it would fit in the little drawers. So I said, I'm going to get those finally. I've had them in my cart for a long time. But they were never under $1. They have always been more than $1 every time I wanted to get them. And I said, well, I'll wait till they go lower. And sure enough, around the Black Friday time when I ordered these, they went down to 89 cents. So got me some Christmas earrings, and I got me some little keys to do whatever I want to do with them. And guys, this is the kind of stuff that makes me happy. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't. It doesn't take much at all. So I got 2 surprises in one. How stinking sweet is that? And I am trying to keep the items in the drawers and putting it back in there because I'm going to try to see what I do on the last day of that calendar and see what our favorites are. but I love both of them. So let me talk about this right quick. And I don't want to make this super long, but it's going to take some storytelling. So I'm going to talk about this plant. If you don't know the plant, and I had to go find some pictures, and luckily I kept a few. This plant used to have, you know, it was a vine, and it had lots of vines, and it was hanging around. You know, beautiful. This was gifted to me, the only plant that my friend Patty gave to me before she passed away. I had been begging her to give me plants, but I also don't really know how to take care of plants. So she gave me this one, and kind of reluctantly too, but I was like, thank you. And then someone told me you're not supposed to say thank you when you get a plant. So I'm so feeling bad about that, but I really wanted this plant, and I'm so glad I had this plant. And it was flourishing, and it's still, you know, hanging on. And you're going to understand when I say this in a minute, and I'm going to put in some video. And, you know, if you're squirmish, you're going to need to have a disclaimer, because this is going to get crazy real quick. So this plant I had been, you know, keeping in, I had actually put it in the room next door to me when my grandson plays, and he has all his toys. And at Thanksgiving, I had sat this in the window frame because it had been so dreary, and that was for the most sunlight that the light could get on the plant. And I had thought, because I noticed the leaves were going, and it wasn't like this immediately. It was like little pieces of it. And I thought my grandson maybe, you know, tore off something by playing or roughhousing. And then it just got to be less and less of things. And I thought, is it dying? And I said, how come it's just having like little pieces missing? Lord have mercy. So I'm going to put in a video right here, and it's going to explain to you what happened. I want to come up here. Let me come up here and do it this way. Maybe have to turn it, so get ready for me to turn it. So if it looks like it's turning weird, or maybe I'll cut it and paste it so it don't look really weird to you guys. And I did stick the little star up there. Normally, I don't do stars because, let me see if I can. That star at home, or Garden Ridge, it used to be called Garden Ridge, dirt cheap. I think it was like 99 cents. And that's why I got it, because I do have some stars that don't light up. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of come on before the final product. It took me a hot minute. I did add some blinking lights, because it doesn't come with blinking lights. It's lit. And I'm just gonna say where if it comes, or I'm gonna tell a little story right quick, because again, I don't want to make this super long. But my mom had kept telling me, she says, Wendy, I think we have a mouse in the house. And I'm like, oh, no, I hope not. Because about 4 years ago, when we got the puppies, now the dogs, my son brought the dogs home. We didn't know any better. And she had the dry dog food out, and it attracted, at that time, it was like several mouse. And we found out we had to go get some poison. And she put it around, and it killed the mice, whatever you want to call it. And across the street from me, there's this house that I don't know if I've spoke about it. It looks like it should be in foreclosure. These people have not cut the grass all summer. The grass is super high. I was gonna put a picture of it, and I may still put a picture of it at some point, but it looks ridiculous. And I finally had to call, even though I know the people that live out of state that own that house. I really think that there's field mice in that they're over there, and I somehow think that's what happened. But anyway, it was one mouse, so don't think I have a nasty house. And I was like, I'm not gonna tell people that, because they're gonna think I have rats, and it's not a rat. And something was going on with this plant. It was at this kitchen table. I was cleaning it out to get ready for Thanksgiving, and there were leaves in the different chairs. And I'm like, what on earth? And then it hit me, because my mom had just said, she said, I think we have a mouse again, because she's hearing it scramble around. And she put out the rat poison. But of course, it's the same rat poison I think we had 4 years ago. So it wasn't doing the job. So I left the leaves on the chairs, guys. And the next day, all the leaves were eaten. That rat, or that mouse, because it was a different type, was eating my patty plant. And it got down, thank God. I don't want to start getting emotional, but if I wouldn't have paid attention, because I've been so busy doing so much with my life, Vlogmases, trying to get Thanksgiving, trying to work, trying to, decorate my house, trying to deal with people. I have contractors here. I was trying to get a stand for this Christmas tree, trying to deal with a lot of things. I realized that we do have an issue with a rodent in the house. And I'm like, but I had went to my pantry. As soon as my mom said we had a mouse, the last time those mice, they were eaten into the dog food bag, and they got into it, and they were, getting into certain things. And it wasn't a lot. I mean, matter of fact, after we put the poison out, which, guys, I don't want to be inhumane, but I had never had rats. And I live like in a end street, and I'm in the woods, and it's surprising that I don't have more situations than I do, but I had never had any rats in my house at all. But whatever those were, they got taken care of, and they were gone. They were over and done, but they had gotten into a couple of packages and things like that downstairs. They never did even migrate up to the top part of my house, because nothing ever got there. So this particular mouse, when my mom said it, I started looking in my pantry and I leave my bread bag out. I leave all kinds of things out, and I'm like, it's nothing. It can't be a real rat or multiple rats, because it's not eating, it's not trying to get into the food, the chip bags, the bread bags into the pantry. No, it's a certain type of mouse. And apparently the poison that we put out was not working on that either, because it went on for about, I'm going to say, a good week and a half to 2 weeks. And I mean, every single day, guys, I had to bring this plant into my bedroom. And I noticed the pieces of blocks of poison, because they're like little green blocks that I had to strategically put in every single corner of my house. And guys, the reason why my decorations aren't up is because I've had to sanitize my house 3 times now, and now I got to do it a 4th time. And I just was like, forget it. I'm not doing any more than I can, because Christmas is going to be here in a week. So the pieces of the poison was disappearing. So the thing was eating it, and it's this one mouse. And I'm going to tell you how come I know. So I would bring patty plant every single night to my bedroom and put it by my head, because the only place in my house, and I saw little droppings. As soon as my mom said we had a mouse, I saw little black things. And I said, oh God, there are droppings everywhere. And that's why I said I had to clean my house several times. It's disgusting. And I don't know how it got in the house. I'm really thinking because I have had a contractor working, they've left the door open. This house across the street, I think they're coming in here some kind of way. Somehow or another, it got in my house. And because it's a certain type of mouse, it eats plants, and they attract to dog food. But apparently it didn't care about my bread bag, or any of my other food, stuff that I've been leaving out. It didn't touch any of that. But it's been crawling around the 4 corners of all my rooms, which makes me, ugh. So I noticed that the little blocks were getting eaten, but not in my bedroom. I started to film those, but I just said I don't have time for all that. If I was like a real super vlogger, I would. But I had strategically put some around in the bathroom and around the 4 corners of my bedroom, and they're still as big as they always been. They've not ever been touched. So I would bring the plant into my bedroom, because that's how come I didn't know about it as soon as I did, because I didn't hear it. And my son, who got sick, I think I mentioned that, he stayed at my house for like 3 days, because, that's what men do when they get sick. They come home to their mamas, right? Or their wives or whatever. And he had to sleep on the sofa, because I don't have any extra beds set up, because I'm going through these renovations, supposedly. And he was on the sofa a couple of nights, and he would tell me, Mom, you have a mouse for sure. But he said, because as soon as you would go to bed and turn off all the lights, he could hear it. And I thought, great. So this went on for like a week. So finally, I decided I'm going to go. I didn't know what to do. I mean, the poison wasn't working. I really was regretting to have to call an exterminator because of the money and the time. And I was just done. So what I did is I went to Lowe's, and I said I'm going to get a trap, and I was going to get the gel trap, but I don't want to be inhumane. Even though I was really angry with that mouse because it was eating my patty plant, I didn't want to, kill it like that. So I did buy one trap. And guys, I have talked about this. If you're a follower of mine, I've talked about those plug-ins that you plug in the wall that keep pests away. that I bought some off Teemu and I bought them off of Lowe's, and I swear by them. And I mean, when I say I swear by them, I'm definitely swearing by them now because I'm about to tell you this. Now, I could have ordered it off of Teemu and I went back and looked. They do have them, but I couldn't wait for 10 days or 5 days, especially around here, for it to come. So I went to Lowe's and I got the trap, and they had some plug-ins that you plug in the wall. Now, take in mind, I have plug-ins already, but I looked on the box and they do say it deters mice. But some of these I've had, I think I've had the one from Teemu almost a year, going on a year almost. And a couple other ones I've had 2 years. So they do eventually, I guess, get weaker or whatever. So those didn't take care of mice, but I don't have ants. I don't hardly see spiders. I don't see any other things around my house like I used to before I started using those plugins. I digress. So anyway, I'm at Lowe's. I'm thinking, well, how am I going to do this? I don't know how to, I don't want to deal with it. And if they do catch the mouse, and at that time I didn't know it was one. I didn't know how big it was. My mom said it was huge because she caught it one night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I didn't want to see it once it, gets caught in the trap because it just seems so inhumane. But mice and rats are nasty, and they don't need to be in your house, and no matter what you think about me, I couldn't deal with it. So I went, and they had this for $19.99. And of course, I don't have the bag in front of me, but I will definitely attach it somewhere in here or put it in the description box. They had 3 plug-ins. Oh, maybe I do have it in the wall here. Hold on, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if I'm going to cut this or edit it, but I did go stop the video because I think it's important to tell you what I got. And I know it's all jacked up right here, but it's called Victor Pest Chaser Rodent Repeller. Now, literally, so the day that I was going to put out my decorations for my tree, I had the lights on it. Guys, I'm going to insert that video in here right now. I'm going to make sure I do it right now, and I want you to see what happened. And the visitor, the mice, the one mouse, which it wasn't huge, it's a small mouse, but it had a long tail. Oh my goodness. You'll see. You'll see the video. And I cut it and edited it and showed you what I wanted you to see because I wasn't even going to talk about this, but it's hilarious now. And I'm going to let you see it. Okay, so I had a friend, and here I am videoing, and I'm like, I had just put everything out. Add some blinking lights because it doesn't come with blinking lights. It's cleaning up, getting ready to show you other things. I don't know where this stinking mouse was. And the only place I can think the stinking mouse was inside that tree. Or I don't know. To this day, it just popped up. And I apologize in advance or after the fact that I squealed like a baby. Don't let there ever be an alien attack. If aliens showed up, I'm going to have a heart attack massive. I can't even stand to see a spider or a roach, and definitely a mouse. Anyhow, I bought these Pest Chaser rodent repellents, and that was the day that I saw the mouse. It was that night, or was it the next day? No, it was that night because I couldn't stand it not one more moment. And so I went to Lowe's that evening after everything was said and done, and bought this, and this is what they look like. And I came home, and I had bought a sub from Publix, and I ate my Publix sub. And I washed my hands, and I said, I'm going to put out the rat trap. Now, this is the rat trap, and I got to be very careful with it because, it's got to snap, and I'm not going to do all that. And I put peanut butter in it. If you open it up, I do it a little bit. Inside there's a little place and I put peanut butter in there because that's what it said to do. It had all the little things. Now, this was Tomcat, and it said, it was, I got a bigger one thinking it was a bigger rat or whatever because at that time I had no idea. And it just said it was one rat size snap trap, and it was, it should be easy to get them. And I was like, I don't want that to happen, but I can't, I can't go another night with it. And plus, I think the thing was trying to get to this plant because at this point it had been a couple days, and I don't think it was getting any food, and I don't know what it was doing, and I don't want to think about it, but no lie, I'm going to put in another video. I finished my sub, I turned on a Christmas movie, and I was like, well, let me go get those plug-ins. Everybody tells me, those things don't work. They're not any good. So I taken mine for about 6-7 days. My mom's been putting out rat poison. We had it all around the house. The rats have been eating it. The mouse, whatever. I know I'm going back from rat to mouse. I don't know what it is. It was a rodent. Let me just start saying rodent. So I went and got the trap, set the trap up with peanut butter, which it wouldn't probably eat that because it don't eat that kind of food, I guess, apparently. And then I decided to plug a plug in this wall right here beside this tree, and right in the room my grandson plays in, where I think it was really at, and I think it's because there's a little hole that was drilled in my floor for the cable wire a long time ago, and I think it was squeezing in through that way to get up and down. I don't know. And I put a plug in that room. No, not that room. I put it in my living room where I was, which is right past that room. Guys, within 5 minutes, I'm sitting there and I'm just, you know, watching my Christmas movie, and all of a sudden, out of the blue. So here I am watching my Christmas movie, and here comes that mouse, rodent, running straight across the middle of my living room floor, and it hides right there at my speaker box. And guys, it was in pure torture. You don't see it because I kept having to edit it because I was screaming and hollering through this whole entire take, because it looked like the mouse was closer than it wasn't, but it was flip-flopping, and when it would crawl, it was like it was on its side, like it was drunk. And oh my goodness, just the fact that it had been in my house for over a week and a half, probably plus, I was just like, you're going to get up out of here today. And the last straw was me seeing it, and it was in broad daylight. I mean, it didn't hesitate. It was in so much pain. It was like it didn't care I was there or not. I'm only going to be able to show you a little bit of it because I tried to video it. Talk about scared to death, but these, I swear by these things, it didn't take 5 minutes. Whatever this frequency that comes out, and I don't know if it's just this particular mouse or rodent. Heck, I don't know, because there's all different kind of species. But this one, the one that only eats plants and dog food apparently, was crawling. It didn't even care. It was like 8 o'clock at night, 8:30, and usually don't come out until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning after I go to bed. Just came out of, you know, it just walked straight across the middle of the room. And it was like it was drunk. And I mean, it was obvious, even though I was screaming the whole time. I was trying to video this. And I'm like, what? And it was definitely in pain. Definitely, whatever these frequencies was, it was in pain. Now, I'm grateful for it because I didn't have to be inhumane and have to watch it die and all that with the mousetrap. In the video, if I can piece it together, it basically is this. I said I'm going to sweep it out. To the outside, and it can go back into its habitat, or something's going to happen to it outside my house. I just wanted it away because I need to grow back out my patty plant, and I hope to gosh that you survive and you can live another day. And I'm so sorry. I apologize to my plant every day, my patty plant every single day. I'm just so glad that I caught it before it was completely and utterly eaten up by the freaking mouse. So guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you in Vlogmas day 19. Bye.